Okay, so stand up nice and tall, relax the shoulders down and back. Take a deep breath in, both arms rise all the way up. And exhale. And again, breathe in, rise. Both arms extend and extend, interlock your fingers forward. Come forward slowly, drop your chin to your chest. And then bring both arms behind you, interlock your fingers and lift. And release. Take the left arm to the right side and then come back the other way. And then back to centre. Breathe in, rise, extend high, and as you exhale, drop your chin and roll your body forward. Bring your fingertips towards the floor, ease down gently and hold that stretch. Start to engage your abdominals now, so pull your belly button to your spine, uncurl slowly. Bring the arms up in front of you and lift onto your toes. Balance here, and when you're ready, slowly begin to drop your bottom down and rise back up. So smooth movement down and up, looking to keep your torso vertical, tucking the bottom underneath you as you go. If you have any knee problems, keep it really small. And then if you want to, as you go down, bring your arms up and then forward. If that means you lose your balance, don't do it. Keep your eyes looking forward. It's fantastic. Let's do one more. Lower your heels, lower your arms. Make sure the mat's in front of you, drop your chin, roll your body down, bring your fingers to the floor, walk your hands out in front of you. Coming into your plank or your press-up position, if you need to, you can drop the knees or on your toes now. Just do one press-up slowly. Drop the knees, then sit back and stretch. Come forward slowly again into your plank push-up position and press down and up. So we're basically working one press up, back to plank, drop the knees and sit back. Stretch. When you do your press up, your nose comes in front of your hands. Your bottom is always lower than head and shoulders. And you're lifting your belly button in the middle. So now if you want to work a little harder, do the same press up, either on your toes or your knees. And when you go back, don't put the knees on the floor. Push back so the weight's into your toes, stretching through the arms, and then come forward. So it's like you're on a spring, forward and back. All slow, controlled movement. Only an option, guys. Please do it with your knees on the floor if you need. Belly button to spine. Make sure when you do your press up, don't just sink your hips to the mat. Okay, I'm watching it happen. So make sure the nose goes first, down to the mat. Even if you only go half an inch, I'd rather you did the correct position, the correct move. It's fantastic. Take a break for longer when you need to. Just drop the knees and sit back and stretch. It's totally up to you which level you work at. Brilliant. Slowly now, finish the one you're on and do one more if you can. When you've finished, drop the knees, sit back and stretch. Then come forward slowly into your plank position again, either on your knees or your toes. Remember, plank always means your bottom lower than head and shoulders. From here now, slowly just take one foot off the floor and balance. Put the foot back down, change sides. And remember, it's not about how high you lift the leg here. It's about keeping the weight completely central without tipping your body to the side and just balancing on one leg. Belly button still to spine. If you're using your knees, you literally take one knee off the floor, straighten the leg behind you. Keep your weight forward so the nose is in front of the hands, bottom lower than head and shoulders. And now, if you can, I'd like you to lift that one leg, slowly bring your knee forward to your outside of your arm and push it back, keeping your body perfectly still, so the rest of your body doesn't move. Guys, if you suffer from wrists, you have the option to go onto your knuckles. So basically, clench your fists and put your knuckles on the floor. That straightens your wrists. And if it's too much, you can go down onto your elbows into your lower plank position. So do it from your knees if you need to, exactly the same. Just bring your knee outside the arm. Remember, your focus is belly button to spine. And if you need to, you can just go back to the leg lift. You don't have to bring the leg forward. It's good work. Superb. Well done. Just finish the one you're on, do one more on each side. And then slowly drop the knees again, sit back and stretch. Come forward now onto your tummy, right down onto the mat, and let your body relax. So relax your body right down here now, and then begin to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and lift your belly button off the floor. So there's nothing to actually see here. You know if you're doing it right. What you're trying to do is lift your belly button away from the mat. Create space between your tummy and the mat. And then slowly, keeping your tummy lifted, begin to push one leg along the floor long. Basically, you're making one leg longer than the other, and lift it very slightly off the floor. Release and change sides. So as you lift the leg, your tummy muscles stay lifted the whole time. If they don't, then you're lifting your leg too high. Think of it more of an extension first, and then a lift. Your hip bone will stay down, but don't just bend at the knee, you keep the legs straight. If you're happy with that, take the arms long in front of you, and now as you push the leg away, push your opposite arm and hand forward and lift. Your head stays down, your tummy stays up. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So remember, it's the extension you're focusing on, and then the lift. Now have a go with both legs. Keep your tummy lifted, push the legs away and lift. Then release and go again. If your tummy sinks to the mat, don't do it. And then you can add your arms when you're ready. Both arms, both legs. Tummy muscles stay off the floor in the middle. Good work, guys. Well done. Just finish the one you're on. Do 2 more if you can, whichever level you want to work at. So remember, you can go back to lower levels. When you've finished, slowly tuck your elbows underneath you. Contract your tummy muscles, so lift your belly button, and now bring yourself into your plank. But now we're in a plank position on elbows. So from here now, slowly, when you're ready, lift yourself onto your knees if you can. And then from there, you curl your toes under. Keep your bottom where it is. Take the knees off the floor. Belly button to spine and hold. So if you need to, stay on the knees. When your tummy gives up, go back down to a lower level. Even if you end up lying flat on the floor again, you can still contract your tummy. Most important thing is 1, you don't hold your breath. 2, you keep your tummy lifted and your bottom stays lower than your head and shoulders again. So if your bottom starts to stick up in the air, basically it means your arms are getting too tired and you start to put weight through your legs. So keep the weight forward and down. Now slowly, if you can, I'd like you to do that same leg lift you did earlier on your hands. When you were on your hands, just take the foot off the floor. It's not about how high you lift the leg, it's about keeping your body perfectly stable and balanced. So don't tip the hip up or down. Keep the torso still. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. It's fantastic. If you can now, slowly lift the leg, move it out to the side, tap the toe on the floor, move it back in. So exactly the same lift, and then a movement out and in, without moving the torso at all. If your tummy has given up now, go back to a lower level. You can do this from the knees, exactly the same. Extend the leg, move it out to the side, move it back, put the knee down. The most important part of it all is keeping the torso perfectly stable. It's fantastic, guys. Take a break whenever you need to. Really good position. So now finish the leg lift you're on and just hold your plank. So we're going to hold here 30 seconds if you can. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep breathing strong. Tummy muscles lift. Even if you have to drop back down to a lower level, keep your tummy tight. Three, 2, and relax. Well done, guys. Okay, just giving your tummy a short rest. Bring your elbows to 90 degrees at the side of you. We're going to work with the back, so now slowly when you're ready, begin a very basic dorsal raise. Keep the eyes looking down, and as you lift and lower here, the work comes from your lower back. As you lift, don't push into the mat with your arms. Try and let your back do the work. And whichever level you go to on this, keep your eyes always looking at the ground. So for your next level now, if you have no back problems, no pain at this stage, take your arms behind you. Either put them by your side or on your bottom. and do the same lift. So you've taken away the support from your arms. Make sure you don't use momentum or power to lift. It still needs to be slow and controlled. And if you can't lift as high, it doesn't matter, as long as you can still feel your back working. If you'd rather work back at level 1, that's fine. And if you want to now move to level 3, bring your arms back to where they were initially. But now, as you lift the arms and hands at the same time. Again, it's slow and controlled, and your eyes look at the ground the whole time. The reason your eyes look down is so that you don't crush the vertebrae in your neck as you look up. Okay, you want to keep your head and neck in line with the spine. Now, if you want to, lift up at the top. Reach your arms forward, then squeeze them back, squeezing the shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Bring them forward again, squeeze back. If you can do it 3 times, great. But once or twice is fine if that's enough for you. And then lower back down. So you're now working with your lower back as you lift, and then you reach forward and back, trying to bring your middle and upper back into the exercise, squeezing the shoulder blades together. It's only an option, guys. Try and really straighten out the arms in front of you. It's fantastic. And then if you want to, one last stage, you might find it easier once you do this bit. You lift up, the legs float up, and then add the arms at the top. It's only an option, but what you might find is once your legs lift, you get a better range of movement in that arm move. So have a go. You can go right back to level 1 if you need to now, arms and hands on the mat. Level 2, your arms behind you, remember? Or just lifting the upper body with the arms and hands, and forget about the movement at the top. It's all only an option, guys. It's fantastic. Just finish the one you're on, do one more. Make sure you're not bending your knees, your legs stay straight. When you finish, just tuck your elbows underneath you. One last time now in your plank position, I'd like you to contract your tummy. Your arms have had a rest, hopefully. Bring yourself up into your plank. And then we're going to work slowly into your obliques now. So when you're ready, come to your knees. If that's enough for you today, then stay on the knees. If you can go to the toes, do. And now I'd like you to keep your chest and your shoulders still and rotate just your lower body. Dip your hip to the floor and come back through the middle. Come the other way. So what you're aiming for here is a twist just through your waist, with the chest and shoulders staying as still as possible. If you need to, on the knees, you lift your feet up behind you, and then you drop right down to one leg. One leg is on top of the other leg. Come back through the middle and go the other way. Again, your chest and shoulders stay still. You don't have to do the dip down with the hip. You could just twist. Dipping down just makes it a little more intense. Keep the bottom lower than the head and shoulders. And your tummy muscles obviously are still tight. It's fantastic, guys. Just finish the one you're on, go once more to each side. Then come back to the centre and hold your plank one last time here. Belly button to spine. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Fantastic, 10 seconds to go. Keep the bottom lower than the head and shoulders. Keep breathing, whichever level you go down to. 3, 2, and relax. Guys, I'd like you to come up to your hands and knees when you're ready and just push your spine to the ceiling. Belly button lifts, drop your head and feel that stretch. Now drop the tummy, lift the head and look up. And again, push the spine up. You okay? Yeah. Drop the tummy down, lift the head. And then from here, do that stretch again where you sit back to the heels, arms lengthen forward and drop your head. Now when you come down, I'd like you to slowly come down onto one side. Doesn't matter which side, as long as you relax your head and shoulders down. And your aim is to keep your body in a long line. So relax the head and shoulders down. Your belly button pulls back. Your legs stay together. And then when you're ready, begin to lift both legs, keeping the feet and legs together. Working to 20. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. If you need your hand on the floor in front because you're wobbling all over the place, then use a couple of fingers. But if you can take it away, then do. And you're working to 20. Doesn't matter how high you lift, as long as your feet and legs stay together. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Just do it in your own time, and when you do finish your first side, just roll on to your second side. Remember that generally one side is often easier than the other, so don't panic if your second side feels harder. Don't forget to engage your tummy muscles before you lift. When you do finish both sides, guys, just roll onto your back and have a really good stretch. It's fantastic. So once you're on your back, just lengthen from your fingers to your toes. And have a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, relax your arms down by your side And just take one hand, slide it under your lower back. Now, that is your neutral position, your neutral spine, we call it. So if you were standing flat against a wall right now, you'd have a space between your back and the wall. That is the position you're in now, and we call it neutral. So now imagine there's a bubble under your back in that space. Pull your belly button tightly down 100% towards your spine. And now keep the bubble under your back, so keep the space there, and bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. So without now dropping your back and keeping your belly button pulled tightly down, slowly begin to lift one leg. Lower it back down and change sides. And when I say lift the leg, you lift the whole leg. So the thigh and the knee come up towards you, but your back does not drop to the mat. So the bubble under your back stays there. Now if you're happy with that, lift the first leg, hold it there. Lift the second leg, hold it there. And hold for 2 or 3 breaths. Then take the first leg down, then the second leg, and go again. So you're aiming now to lift one leg, then the other leg. At the top, check you are still in neutral. Your back does not drop to the mat. If you're happy with that now, from there, slowly begin to lower one leg, tap the heel on the floor, lift it back up. Lowering and lifting one leg at a time, keeping the leg bent at 90 degrees, keeping the spine in neutral and your tummy down. How many you do is up to you guys. What will happen is your thighs might start to scream at you. You might find your tummy starts to push up as it gets tired, or your back drops, so take a break when that happens. You exhale to lower, inhale to lift. And when you're ready, you can begin lowering the leg, tapping the heel further away from you. You can either straighten the leg completely or take it somewhere in between. It's up to you. As long as you maintain your neutral spine and your belly button is tight. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Now if you can, I'd like you to take your arms straight up to the ceiling. That means you're not using your arms to balance your body. If you now wobble all over the place, then come back down with the arms. Or hold your tummy tighter. And now if you can, as the leg goes away, take the opposite arm back behind you. Lengthen opposite arm and leg, keeping the spine neutral and your tummy tight. Now remember, don't speed up. The slower you go in all these Pilates exercises, the harder you work. Your tummy muscles work for longer, and you can feel the stretching for longer. Really lengthen the arm and the leg away from each other. Exhale to lengthen, inhale, back to center. Make sure you don't lose neutral. Take a break whenever you need to, guys. Like I said, if your thighs are screaming, hug the knees to the chest. That's a really nice stretch. It's good work. Finish the one you're on. And slowly hug your knees in. Stretch your back, your bottom, your legs. And then slowly place the feet back on the floor. Find your neutral spine position again, so the space under your back. If you're not sure how to find neutral, all you have to do is straighten your legs along the floor. And basically that puts you in the right position. Knees bent, feet flat. Now we lift and open the hips the other way. Drop your back, lift your bottom, peel your spine off the floor and come into your shoulder bridge position, where you're basically looking for your knees, your thighs, your hip bones, your torso and your shoulders to be in a line. Roll back down, go up again. Just do a couple of those, rolling up and down, mobilizing the spine. So So you're now opening the hips. Should be a really nice stretch. And when you've done a couple like that, go up and hold at the top for 2 or 3 breaths. And remember, like I said, knees, thighs, hip bones, torso and shoulders in a long straight line. Contract your tummy muscles to hold you up and support your spine. The minute you feel your bottom sinking to the mat unnaturally, as in without you taking it down, then go down anyway. If you're not holding in that position, then basically come down. If you're okay at the top, take your arms to the ceiling as well. So you're now not using them on the floor. Basically, keep your arms up now if you can. And if you're happy holding at the top, one more level today, from there, take one foot, bring the leg in towards you, the foot comes off the floor, extend the leg straight up to the ceiling, bend the knee, put the foot back down. If you are still lifted in the right position, do the other side. Take the foot down, then lower your body back to the mat, and then go up again. And as you lift your leg, basically what you're aiming for is keeping the torso perfectly still and level. If you tip to the side, if your bottom sinks to the mat, then don't do it. And if you feel your back more than anything, again, don't do it. So only lift the leg if you can keep your body in that perfect shoulder bridge. You might want to do one leg, then go down, go back up and do the other side. That's absolutely fine as well. It's fantastic. Let's finish the one you're on, guys. Slowly lower your body down when you're ready. Straighten your legs out long and take your arms back behind you. So you have a full body stretch here. And when you're ready then, just begin to lift 2 arms and 1 leg straight up to the ceiling, straight back down. And change sides. So basically here, you're lifting 2 arms, 1 leg, and as soon as you're ready, if you want to, lift your head and shoulders at the same time as the arms. Now, as you do this, it's really important your belly button pulls down. If you start to feel your tummy muscles pushing up, then don't lift the head and shoulders at the same time. And as you lift, you press your back to the mat. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. You can, if you want to, make this move a little more dynamic than normal. As long as you keep your belly button pulling tightly down. Fantastic, really good. Really focus on the stretch, keeping everything straight as you lift and lower. And just do 4 more now if you can. And when you finish, go straight into your Pilates roll-up. So basically, you start flat on the floor, your arms come up from behind you, you're contracting your tummy. When your fingers point to the ceiling, begin to lift your head and shoulders. You come up as far as you can until your belly button starts to push out in front of you. You'll feel the difference. And then you slowly Come back down, keeping your tummy muscles tight. If you can come all the way up, that's absolutely fine, but it must be one slow, controlled movement, without momentum or power, without your feet or legs flying off the mat. And going back down, you keep the tummy tight so that it controls the move. Please don't force yourself up. Make sure at any time your tummy does not push out in front of you. Fantastic, guys. Just finish the one you're on, do one more. Remember, you might never come all the way up, so don't beat yourself up on this one. It might not be because your tummy's weak, it might be your hamstrings or your hip flexors. When you finish, I'd like you to come the other extreme now and draw your knees right into your chest, your back on the mat, and we're going to now work with a double leg stretch. So basically, your legs go straight up to the ceiling and then bend the knees back down. Point or flex your feet so you get a really good stretch in the legs. And what you're focusing on here is pulling your belly button tightly down 100% as the legs lift. Press the back to the mat. You're not in neutral, your back is down. Now as your legs lift, take them a little lower, then straighter. Push them out away from you slightly, but keep your back and your tummy down. So if you go too low, the back will arch and the tummy will push up. Find a level where you can keep the back and the tummy down. And then your next stage, as your legs go up, hold the back of the legs, lift your head and shoulders off the floor, and then release back down. So now lifting the upper body as well, making sure you keep your belly button down in the middle. And then if you want to, instead of holding the legs, as you lift, you reach up in front of your legs. Push your fingertips towards your toes. You might find that too hard now to keep your tummy down, in which case go back to holding the legs. It's a little bit easier because you've got something to pull against. And then if you want to, one more stage, lift up and reach. Hold your head and shoulders up. Circle your arms round. Reach a little bit further and then release. Lift and reach, circle, reach and release. As you circle your arms, the head and shoulders stay up. It's only an option, guys. You can go right back to level 1, just lifting and lowering your legs. Level 2, taking them a little lower. And level 3, holding the legs and lifting. So just do 2 more of whichever level you want. And when you finish, slowly put the feet back to the floor, take the arms wide, drop your knees to your right and turn your head to your left. Slowly come back to the center, drop the knees, turn the head. Come back to the centre slowly. Have one last full body stretch, lengthen from fingers to toes. And then hug your knees in, lift your head to your knees. Rock forward and back, and then when you're ready, come to a seated position. If you can, keep the feet off the floor. And just one last thing to finish now. If you can, balance on your bottom. Belly button hollows out in the middle, and begin to lift. One more. And then the other. Now your aim here is to stay on your bottom. Keep your torso as upright as you can and hollow out your midsection. Then begin with both legs if you want to. Belly button to spine. If you have any back problems, feet on the mat and work from there. It's absolutely fine. And then if you want to, come up, apart, together and down. Remember guys, you've been holding your tummy in now for 45 minutes. It's allowed to be tired. Work at lower levels if you want to. And then one more stage, lift up and let go. How long you stay there for is up to you. 2 seconds, 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't push your tummy forward. So just finish the one you're on and do 2 more. When you've finished, lower your legs down straight and fold over you. Pull your body down here, so actually hold on to your feet or your legs and just feel the stretch down the back of the legs and through the spine. Uncurl slowly. Take the left arm to the right side and hold. And then back the other way. Stand. Keep both bottom cheeks on the mat. And back to center. Both arms rise, interlock your fingers and push. And then bring them forward in front of you. Drop your chin and hold. One last stretch if you can. Arms come behind. Interlock your fingers and lift. And let's take a deep breath, guys. Both arms rise. And exhale. One more time, deep breath. Draw the navel to the spine, and as you exhale, relax your arms, your shoulders. Bring your hands together in the middle. Keep your tummy tight. Well done, guys. Thank you very much.